I know the question you're all wondering, and that is, why haven't I put up a Magic 2015 video yet? Because, as you all know, I love my card games, especially the ones on the computer, where I don't have to actually go out and buy real cards for an extortionate amount of money. And the reason for that is that I am not buying it. Not ever, but I'm not buying it on release, and I'm not doing videos on it upon release. And I presume if you're interested in that sort of thing, you're going to want to know why I'm not. And I guess the problem is with the setup of the game and the pricing and the features to a degree. Basically, the game, or Magic, seems to be a yearly rolling thing. So we're getting one every year from now on, it looks like. And they've got an interesting way of selling it. So they start off at a cheap price, $6.99 in this case, pounds, so about $11, $12. And that gets you the core game with a core amount of decks. Now, if you want the other decks and, for example in Magic 2014, more sealed decks to play with, then you have to pay for them. Okay. Now, overall I don't really have a problem with it because it's so cheap, and it does cost $26.99 for the complete bundle. That includes everything. So that would be, I guess, your full game pack. I do have a problem with it in the fact that it is effectively the same core mechanics as pretty much every other Magic game that they've released, just with a couple more features. Now, that does bring me on to features. I bought 2014 pretty much for sealed play because I really enjoyed the idea of that. Obviously, this time it's multiplayer. And last time I was led to believe that, you'd be able to pretty much unlock near enough every card. This seems to be what they're saying this time. But I'm not really sure I trust them, to be honest. I sort of trust them last time with what they wanted to do. And I'd basically rather just have a version where you get all the cards and you build a deck yourself, to be honest. You should win maybe points by winning battles, and then so many points gets you a pack, and you can unlock every single card eventually if you wanted to, and be able to build a deck out of whatever you want. That would make things very interesting, and it would help with the multiplayer aspect. Another problem, 2014's multiplayer was pretty dreadful, in fairness. It was very difficult to get in games with people who you wanted to have games with, because people just jump in the slots. It didn't do a private match properly all the time, not the start anyway. And, despite what looks like just basically a new UI skin, there's nothing that grabs me and makes me want to buy it. The core mechanic's pretty much the same, as I mentioned. And I think the price is too high, because if I'm thinking about getting this, I've got to look at the complete bundle or the special edition one. So, because I want to be able to play with all the cards. Last time I bought the base one and shelled out for the extra deck and just used that. That's not particularly how I'd like to do it this time if I was going to get it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for a sale, basically. And as soon as I get 50% off it, I will get it and I will play it. But considering they're releasing one every year, it just seems silly. I'd rather have them release a Magic game, and then release updates for it. Maybe paid updates, every year. Pay £5 and get the latest update, latest game mode. I don't know. Something like that, rather than having to shell out for all the decks and everything else. And I'm not really too keen on the foil conversions anyway. But all that all over again. Something else I'm going to mention as well, which I've forgotten. Yeah, unless they have to change, the core mechanics of the game and everything like that, then that's probably the year they should release a new title. So overall, I'm pretty disappointed with Magic. I won't be buying it. It is one of the top sellers, and I do really like Magic, so don't think I don't think I have a problem with the card game at all. It is probably my second favourite card game to play, especially on the computer. It's just a bit disappointing, and Yeah, I don't really think they've given us enough from last year. I guess you could make the same argument with, the 2 football games that we have out in FIFA and Pro Evolution Soccer. They don't really give you that much apart from, an updated squad list to the season beforehand. And a slightly different format on FIFA's Ultimate Team. Which, I can understand people getting upset about because it's true. I mean, I don't know. It's the problem with the games that are brought out every single year. I think it is something they could change, should change. But, yeah, anyway. That's all I have to say for today on Magic. Let me know if you've bought it and what you think of it. Because unfortunately there's no demo for me to play as of yet. But if there is a demo, I will download it and have a look and see what improvements I can garner from the previous edition. But as always, guys, I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.